Utah just fell to the Knicks in a nail-biter. Keyonte George pulled up with an injury, and Ace Bailey and Bryce Sensabaugh showed out. Plus, Jordan Clarkson returns to Utah, and we break down all the player grades. We've got the full recap of the Knicks' comeback win, highlighting Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby's performance. And don't miss our deep dive into the Utah Jazz vs. New York Knicks game, detailing every key play and player. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single update.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLume 3-Pack Screen Protector Plus 3-Pack Camera Lens Protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Utah's young guns battled hard, but the Knicks ultimately pulled ahead in a game that saw mixed fortunes for the Jazz. Despite a strong start, the Utah Jazz couldn't maintain their momentum against the New York Knicks, ultimately falling short. The season is winding down, but the hope for a high lottery pick remains for Jazz Nation, with every game now a crucial step towards that goal. Keyonte George showed flashes of brilliance, moving the ball well and shooting efficiently before a hamstring injury cut his night short in the third quarter. The team will need to be cautious with his recovery. Ace Bailey continued to impress with his aggressive play and improved offensive game, showcasing his high potential with a notable finger roll layup. Bryce Sensabaugh delivered a standout performance, channeling a Jordan Clarkson-esque scoring spree with 29 points on efficient shooting, coupled with strong playmaking. Cody Williams had a solid, efficient shooting night, handling increased ball handling duties effectively. Kyle Filipowski displayed aggression and playmaking, though foul trouble limited his impact. Veteran Kevin Love continued his rebounding prowess, grabbing 6 boards in just 10 minutes. Isaiah Collier had a tough shooting night but contributed with assists, with his role expected to expand due to George's injury. Oscar Tshiebwe had a quiet game, raising questions about his future role with the team. Newcomer Anderson Garcia made an immediate impact with hustle plays, a ridiculous block, and strong rebounding in his debut. Elijah Harkless showed intense defensive effort, making a case for a roster spot despite a rough shooting night. Fans are buzzing about the performances of Ace Bailey and Bryce Sensabaugh, with many hoping this level of play becomes the new standard for the young Jazz roster. The early exit of Keyonte George, however, has cast a shadow of concern over the team's future outlook. Don't go anywhere, because we're about to break down exactly how the Knicks managed to turn the game around. Next, we'll dive into the full game recap, revealing the key players who led New York's comeback victory. The New York Knicks snapped their 2-game skid by defeating the Utah Jazz 130-117, fueled by a strong second-half surge. After trailing significantly early on, the Knicks mounted an impressive comeback, with Jalen Brunson leading the charge. This victory is crucial for New York as they aim to solidify their position in the standings. Jalen Brunson was the catalyst for the Knicks, pouring in 28 points along with 8 assists and 3 steals. Jordan Clarkson, returning to Utah, added 27 points, playing a key role in the Knicks' offensive explosion. OG Anunoby contributed 22 points, and Karl-Anthony Towns chipped in with 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. The Knicks' offense clicked, with the team hitting 17 three-pointers and shooting an efficient 52% from the field. For the Jazz, Bryce Sensabaugh was the top scorer with 29 points, and Ace Bailey added 21. Keyonte George managed 14 points and 5 assists before leaving with a hamstring injury. Utah's hot start from beyond the arc, including a remarkable 11 of their first 13 three-pointers, initially put them in a commanding position. However, the Knicks' relentless second-half performance, including a decisive 24 run, ultimately proved too much for the Jazz to overcome. But how did the Knicks erase that massive early deficit? Next, we'll explore the narrative of Jordan Clarkson's emotional return to Utah and the game's unfolding drama. The New York Knicks staged a remarkable comeback, overcoming a sluggish first half to defeat the Utah Jazz 130-117. Despite facing an 18-point deficit in the second quarter, the Knicks rallied with a dominant second half, showcasing their resilience and offensive firepower. Jalen Brunson led the Knicks with 28 points, 8 assists, and 3 steals, orchestrating the comeback. Jordan Clarkson, playing his first game back in Utah since joining the Knicks, added 27 points on an efficient 10 of 15 shooting, receiving a warm ovation from the home crowd. OG Anunoby scored 22 points, and Karl-Anthony Towns contributed 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. New York's offense was firing on all cylinders, making 17 three-pointers and shooting 52% from the field. The Jazz were led by Bryce Sensabaugh, who had a game-high 29 points, and Ace Bailey, who added 21 points. Keyonte George scored 14 points before exiting with a hamstring injury. Fans and analysts are dissecting the Knicks' ability to overcome such a large early deficit, highlighting the team's mental toughness and strategic adjustments. The Jazz's early three-point barrage, which saw them make 11 of their first 13 attempts, created an 18-point lead, but their inability to sustain that offensive rhythm after Keyonte George's injury proved to be their undoing. Stay with us as we break down the crucial moments that shifted the game's momentum. We'll also take a closer look at the emotional return of Jordan Clarkson to the Delta Center. Jordan Clarkson's emotional return to Utah was overshadowed by the Knicks' stunning second-half comeback against the Jazz. Clarkson, a former fan favorite, received a standing ovation, but it was his Knicks teammates who ultimately stole the show with a dominant rally. The game was a tale of two halves for the Utah Jazz. They exploded out of the gate, making an incredible 14 of 18 three-pointers to build an 18-point lead in the second quarter. However, the momentum shifted dramatically when Keyonte George suffered a hamstring injury, forcing him out of the game. Head coach Will Hardy described it as a tale of two halves. As the Knicks began to chip away, Jordan Clarkson's scoring prowess was on full display, contributing crucial baskets during the Knicks' go-ahead run. Jalen Brunson sealed the win with a clutch three-point play late in the third quarter, and the Knicks outscored Utah 38-23 in the fourth to secure the 130-117 victory. Newcomer Anderson Garcia also made his NBA debut for the Jazz, showing impressive hustle with 6 points, 9 rebounds, and a steal in 24 minutes. Bryce Sensabaugh continued his strong scoring performance, leading all scorers with 29 points. Fans are reflecting on Jordan Clarkson's impactful tenure with the Jazz and the bittersweet nature of his return as an opponent. The Jazz's collapse after George's injury is a major talking point, with many questioning the team's depth and ability to close out games. But the story doesn't end with the final buzzer. We'll wrap up with a lightning round recap of all the top stories and a full call to action. What a night of NBA action! The Knicks clawed back for a huge win against the Jazz, Jordan Clarkson made an emotional return to Utah, and we broke down all the player grades from the game. You don't want to miss any of our breakdowns, so make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive content.